Did you know 8 out of 10 people suffer from back pain? If you are one of them, this video is for you. I will be sharing with you my go-to stretch after long periods of sitting. But before we go into the stretch, let me tell you something about myself. My name is Dean. I am a personal trainer, a stretch therapist, and a content creator based out of Toronto. In my training sessions, I focus on teaching people how to connect to their body, how to connect to their posture, and I live it in my lifestyle. I work on my body quite a bit to create a certain level of mobility, which is also part of my coaching sessions. On the table work, I help people get more flexible within the joints through fascia stretch therapy. And in my content creation, I share with you guys what I do with my body, how I keep my body in the current state in which I move better now as I'm 43 than in my 20s. So in this video, we're going to outline a very simple stretch which will help you elongate your spine. And we are going to be applying GEM principle, which is grounding, engaging, and maintaining a mindful breathing pattern through the entire working of the set. When you apply GEM, your body is active, and activity is needed not only when you do squats, but also when you are doing any form of stretching. It allows your system to become very pliable. It allows your system to take in any kind of stimulation you are creating and asking it to get longer, so it knows that I have core integrity present and I can afford to get longer and I feel safe. Engaging GEM makes your body feel safe, secure, so it can create changes that you want to do. Let's go into the stretch. Listen to the cues. Focus is always intention and quality of movement as opposed to trying to just get it done. Your body responds a lot better through proper regulated breathing, which I will be touching on as I am going into the stretch. At what time you breathe in and what time you breathe out. These are very powerful things, powerful tools accessible to you literally anywhere you are while you listen to this video. So you can even apply that breathing in the sitting position or standing position or laying down position, and you will notice your posture will reflect a little bit more integrity. All right, so let's go into the stretch. So I'm going to get myself on top of the massage table. So initial point, I have the flexibility in my ankle, so I will be sitting down on my heels in this position. Now this is going to demand my body to let go of all the muscles in the front of my thigh. These muscles are tight and majority of the people I work on. Step two, I will start to create a little bit of a GEM application in this position before I move on to the next position. So I will be pushing down through my shin. I'm going to engage my core. My core feels tight. And I'm going to do a couple short breaths just to get connected to this position and this integrity. As I said, you can apply this to your position wherever you are in at the moment watching the video. So this can be applied to any position you find yourself in, and you will notice you will have a better posture. As long as you maintain that diaphragmatic breathing pattern, your body will be able to sustain itself in an upward alignment in agreement to gravity. So your body can work with gravity and sit straight with ease. So now the next step is I will start to hinge from the hip. So I'm not going to come down right off the bat like this. Now this is creating a curvature of the spine. So at my end range, I'm creating a stretch, but all I feel is a pull around the mid back. I'm guessing it's around my bottom of the thoracic spine, and it doesn't feel the best. And I know I need to lengthen that area. That is one of the limitations I am working with. So I find any stretch, if you have any negative feedback from the body, you tune in. Am I hinging properly into the hip? In this case, hip is the joint, so I'm talking about the hip. So I'm going to place my hand down. Grounding stays through my shin, grounding stays through my hands, and I'm going to almost push my body back using my hands, finding an angle that pushing becomes a little bit more natural, so I can feel as I'm increasing tension from the hands and pushing my body back. You will notice the lengthening of the spine starts to happen. So the spot that I generally feel in my back is on the right side. I can feel it right now as well over here. But now I feel it right in the muscle. So I can feel it in my paraspinals as opposed to a load on the actual spinal joint when I was trying to get into it. So this is a beautiful thing about applying the GEM protocol is the moment you tune in into your integrity, the stretch will start to feel good and you can apply this to any stretch. Now let's talk about breathing in terms of how do you integrate the breath. Now, after the grounding has happened, you have to remember this stays at all points. The shins being pushed down, your hands are creating active grounding in which your intention is communicated that I am pushing into the ground and I am transferring that force into my hips so my hips can go back. So now how do we breathe in this? The engagement part of it. So I will breathe out all the way so I can notice my core is tight. So prior to the movement, I'm going to breathe in and I will start moving forward. The moment my hands touch the ground and they're pushing me back, I will start to breathe out. So by the time I get to the bottom of the breath, now I have a deep stretch in my paraspinals. My hip feels super good. I have a nice stretch even around my serratus, around my armpit, around my bicep because I'm keeping a straight arm. And I am going to take another breath in after 5 second hold at the bottom. So breathe in at the bottom position now. And as you breathe out, you push yourself back into starting position. Your core gets tight. You wait for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Take an in breath and start to go down as you breathe out. At the end position, push your hips back, lengthen your spine, hold that breath for a few seconds. Take a deep breath in. And as you expand your rib cage, you will notice, you will feel the stretch expanding three-dimensionally. And I am going to start to push back as I breathe out. And we're going to do one more repetition. I'm going to share with you one more variation at the bottom, which will create a beautiful stretch even in your pecs. And you will notice your rib cage muscles, they are now actually moving in this direction. Fascia is pulling everything out. So in this position, I'm going to breathe out first to engage my core. So prior to movement, I'm going to breathe in. And as I breathe out, I will start to push my hips back, walk forward with my hand, making a nice connection with the reach going forward every single time. At the end position, I'm going to push my hips back a little bit more and I will start to spread my hands with an intention to bring them apart as I am keeping my hands grounded and pushing back at the same time. You can even add active external rotation all the way. This is going to hit you differently around the shoulders. And I will walk back and get myself back into the position. So any tiny little shift, change you make in a stretch at the end range, it will change how the stretch is received by your body. So even though this stretch is all about working on my paraspinals, lengthening my erectors, that would be your lower back muscles, I feel very open in the hips. I feel very open in my pecs. I feel very open in my arms. So one stretch hits so much more because it was focused on the fascia. It wasn't focused on just stretching a muscle. If you really want to get head and mobility, you have to learn how to stretch a line because it contains a lot of muscles. So to me, that makes sense as opposed to moving one rock at a time. I can put all the rocks in some kind of trolley and I can move all of them at the same time. So that would be your fascia. When you stretch a fascial line, you will find all the muscles belonging in that line, feeling a stretch. In this case, I was working on everything from here all the way up. So after doing the child pose, not only I'm feeling, and my posture is always good, but I actually feel it's very effortless to be in this position. I can feel my feet grounded naturally. I don't have to bring my attention to it. My knees are softer, my core is engaged. It's easy for me to access my diaphragm every single breath, and I'm not noticing any hike in the shoulders. Try this stretch. You can do it 8 to 10 times. Focus on the quality of the repetitions as opposed to the number of them. If you put the timer on for 45 seconds and you feel execution is good, increase the time to 1 minute. And the moment you notice, okay, you know what? I am getting rhythm of the breathing. I'm getting rhythm of the stretch. I'm getting rhythm of lengthening my fascial line. Now I can actually go into repetitions to amplify the load on it because every exercise has a potential to be progressed. And even the stretches follow the same physiological adaptation. If there's a stretch you're doing for a long period of time, at some point you will start to create strength in that area that you're trying to stretch, and you can add so many more variations to that movement. That's a beautiful thing about stretching consistently and connecting to GEM consistently. And the beautiful thing about GEM, the application of it is extendable to literally everything that we do through the day. And if you would like to learn more about what GEM is, watch the linked video. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please subscribe and share with anyone you think you can find this content beneficial. and I'm excited about sharing more stuff in the upcoming weeks and years.